Hey guys, welcome back. Here is video 2. This is questions number 4, 5, and 7. For some reason, the numbering's screwy on this again. Number 4 says, determine if the quadrilateral with following vertices is an isosceles trapezoid. So I need to look for two things. First of all, I need to figure out, is this thing a trapezoid? I'm going to do that by looking at the slopes of the sides. Then I need to know, is this thing isosceles? And I'm going to need to do that by looking at the distances of those sides. And in particular, the distance of the only side that I care about are the non-parallel sides, and I'll talk about that in a second. So let's graph these points. -4, -3 is W, and 0, 3 is X, and 4, 3, oh, that's nice, is Y, and 8, -3, that's nice as well, is Z. Why do I say that that is nice? Well, it's because I have these lines that are horizontal. And that's nice because finding the slope of a horizontal line is really easy. Okay, so I'm going to look at the top and the bottom. They look to be parallel, so I'm going to compare X, Y, which has a slope of 0/4, with WZ, which has a rise of 0 and a run of 12. I believe that's 12. Yeah, that's 12. Okay. And 0 divided by 4 is 0. And 0 divided by 12 is also 0. So that means that these two lines are, in fact, parallel. Okay. And if I want, I can find the distance of these. I can count. This distance is 4. And the other distance is 12. And are these two things congruent? And the answer is no. Okay, so these are not congruent. Now let me let you in on a secret here. If the slopes are the same and they are parallel, and the distances are the same, then there's no way that it is a trapezoid, because we already know that if the parallel sides, if one pair of opposite sides are both parallel and congruent, then it's called a parallelogram. So the parallel sides are not congruent. That's good. That tells me it's not a parallelogram. So I'm going to check and make sure that this thing is a trapezoid. And I'm going to do that by finding the other two sides. So WX and YZ. All right, I'm going to start by looking at the slopes of those two things first. So W to X. So I rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I run 4. So rise 6, run 4, which is 3/2. And the distance is going to be the square root of 6 squared, which is 36, plus 4 squared, which is 16, and 36 plus 16 is 52. So WX is the square root of 52 units long, which is just over 7. All right, from Y to Z, I have to go to the right. I have to go down. So I'm going to the right 4, which is positive, going down 6, which is a negative. Going down is negative. So from Y to Z, my rise is -6. My run is still +4, because I am still running to the right, which means this slope is -3/2. Well, the distance is still 4 and 6. 4 squared is 16. 6 squared is 36. So it is still radical 52. So my first question, are the two segments parallel? +3/2 and -3/2 not parallel. So is this thing a trapezoid? Yes, it is. That right there tells me I have a trapezoid. And if it's going to be isosceles, I need at least one pair of congruent sides. And since my two sides in red are not the same, I look at my two in green, they are both radical 52. So these two are, in fact, congruent. So is it a trapezoid? Absolutely. Is it an isosceles trapezoid? Yes, it is. That is an isosceles trapezoid. And it is a trapezoid because it has one parallel and one non-parallel. It is isosceles because the non-parallel sides are congruent. All right. Question number 5, find the equation of a line. All right. Equation of a line, I know this. It is going to be y equals mx plus b. That is going to be the basis behind the whole concept of a line. All right, what's it tell me? A line that is parallel to the given line. Here's good. This is good news. Parallel to this line tells me what m is. M is going to be the same slope. Parallel means same slope. So the slope of the given line is 1 over 2, so the slope of this line is going to be 1 over 2. Okay, and then they give me a point. This is an x and a y value. All right, so let's write what I know. So I know my y value here is 9, equals, I know my m value is 1/2. I know my x value is 12. My b value I don't know. I want to solve for b. So let's solve this thing for b. So this is 9. 1/2 of 12 is 6 plus b. Subtract 6 on both sides, and 3 is my b value. So when I have to find this equation, y equals mx plus b, I can. And I'm going to write it as y equals the m value, 1/2, x plus the b value, which is 3. That is the equation of the line that I'm looking for in y equals mx plus b form. So you have to use the information that's given. You have to find a slope based on the information given, and the point gives you the x and the y. Question number 7 is going to do the same kind of thing. So I'm going to pull down this y equals mx plus b. I'm going to do it again. This time they don't give me the equation of a line. They just show me a picture of the line. So this line has a slope of, it goes down 1, 2, 3, 4, and it goes to the right 5. So this slope is equal to -4 over 5. That's the slope of the line that they give me, is -4 over 5. Okay. Well, so that means the slope equals so the slope of the given line is -4 over 5. So the question says, use the graph below to find the equation of a line that is perpendicular. So it has to be perpendicular to that line, which means my slope has to be the opposite reciprocal of what's given. So it's given -4 over 5, so my slope has to be positive 5 over 4. And then it goes through the 0.44, that's my x and my y. So y equals mx plus b, let's find b. Y value is 4. The m value is 5 over 4. The x value is 4 plus b. So that is 4 equals 5 over 4 times 4 is 5 plus b. Subtract 5 on both sides, and -1 is equal to my b value. So my equation, y equals mx plus b. This is y equals the m value is 5 over 4, x plus the y value, or the b value, which is -1. So y equals 5 over 4x minus 1. That's it for page 2.